Go to a game that you predicted correctly here. You went against the consensus, and you were very bold in your prediction, and that bold prediction paid off. Great game. What you see coming into the game, and then what did you see in the game that kind of reaffirmed your belief in Dayton?
Yeah, I mean, I think Dayton's just honestly simply they're just a really good basketball team. I think they're a little undervalued due to being in the A10. But if you watch, I mean, they have on paper they have high major players. Like Posh Alexander is a guy that's high major guy. Zed Key is a high major guy. I mean, these are all guys that have played at the Big Ten, Big East, whatever it might be. But yeah, no, they can. I don't know. They can. They're just like, I don't want to say athletic, but they can run offensively. They can run, but they're also methodical in the half court, so they don't speed up. But when they get you in transition, they can. Like, they'll go on quick runs, like they did kind of middle of the second half there against Marquette. They really flipped the game upside down, caused a couple of turnovers in the backcourt. But yeah, I mean, they're just a really good offensive team. They don't turn the ball over at all.
Yes.
And they're decent rebounding. They don't really allow offensive rebounds, which is good. Kind of a big thing for them. I've loved the way guys like Zed Key and the freshman from France.
Yes, he's good.
I'm blanking on his name.
Letong.
Yeah. He's been a fun watch. I know he's obviously very raw and still figuring it out. But Javon Bennett is kind of your stereotypical small, quick guard. Can shoot the three well. Enoch Cheeks is a good player. I mean, I just like what they have. Nate Santos feels like he's been there for a couple of years. Was he at? He was somewhere else before.
Great shout. Looks like he was at Pittsburgh before.
Pitt. I don't think he played much, but
did not play much. No.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah. They're a good watch. They're a fun team to watch. Like, they're pleasing. They play well. They play together. Obviously, UD Arena is one of the best home court advantages in the country. Yeah, I mean, they're playing well. Have that win over UConn, which I think is aging very well. So win over UConn, close losses to UNC and Iowa State. So yeah, I mean, they've put themselves in great situation to be similar to last year in that 6-7 seed range, if not higher. I think they're a really, really good team. They can beat anybody. Yeah, I'm not really looking forward to facing off against them on Friday.
Yeah,
I'm not loving.
That's going to be a phenomenal game. I'm looking.
It'll be fun. Yeah, but
looking forward to tuning into that one.
Yeah, if you ask me right now, I'm not loving how the matchup's looking for the Bearcats, but Dayton's playing well. They're really good. Not a bad loss at all for Marquette. It's fine. I mean, we talked about it in the last video with the tier list. Marquette, good team, sound team, but not sure if they have that next level. I mean, Cam Jones had a very off night for his standards. I don't know what he had points wise, but just watching, it was like they kind of contained him well. Well, obviously you're not gonna stop him. He's gonna put up
right
15 plus every night, but sometimes all 17-point games aren't created the same. I think Dayton did a good job in this game. I know Chase Ross was very good and kind of in place, but they didn't really get anything from the bigs. They didn't get anything from they play kind of a very short rotation. They don't play a lot of guys. So if one or two of those guys in the starting five is having an off night, isn't shooting it well or isn't, I don't know, it's just overmatched, it kind of puts them in a bit of a hole. So, kind of exactly what you kind of worry about with Marquette was shown in that game fell apart a little bit. I'm not like panicking on Marquette. Obviously, they've had a great year, and I think they will continue to have a great year. But I just don't think they're that top tier. They're not like a top 4 or 5 team in the country.
Yes.
I think they were deserving of their ranking there, but I don't think purely based on how good they are, I don't think they're quite to that level yet. So
Yeah. 100% agree with what you said. It's phenomenal analysis of this game. Cam Jones, like you said, he had good stats. He's always going to put up good stats. Box score numbers are going to be great. 18, 5, and 4. Shot decently efficient from the field. Not the greatest, but just under 50%. But I think the key for Cam Jones and slowing him down is down the stretch, contesting every shot and not letting him do that little move that he does where he gets to his left hand and he just extends his arm and he just I think that's the key, forcing him to shoot like the tough threes or, forcing him to go right and try to get over to that left hand is very key. And I think Dayton did that very well. They played this game phenomenally down the stretch.
Yes.
Second half was better than the first half, I think. Chase Ross is a great player. I like him a lot. But I like him more as a sixth man, I think. A guy who kind of comes off the bench and provides a spark. That's why I really like this Marquette going into the tournament last year was Chase Ross, coming in place of like a Kolek or Cam Jones and kind of getting some buckets, providing that spark off the bench. But I just think the big men in this game did not impress me at all. David Joplin and Ben Gold, kind of all they do is shoot threes, and they're not really, really good at shooting threes. They can shoot threes okay off like the pick and pop sets they run with Jones, but not great rebounders. 5 rebounds combined between the two bigs. In fact, all the guards had more rebounds than the bigs. I'm not a big fan of down low with Marquette. And Stevie Mitchell wasn't able to do the Stevie Mitchell things, that he does, like play great defense, get hustle rebounds and put them up for layups. So I think Anthony Grant had a great game plan. And on the Dayton side, really impressed. Was impressed with what I saw in Maui. 2 close losses, and they were able to bounce back and beat UConn, who we'll talk about in a couple seconds. But losing Dayron Holmes, losing Kobe Brea, and losing Kobe Elvis. Those are 3 guys that are one NBA player, and then 2 very high-level college basketball players transferred out. I would think that they would be a rebuilding year, but guys like Zed Key was great. I'm glad he's able to find. I liked him at Ohio State, and I'm glad he's able to find something there in Dayton. And Enoch Cheeks, really good player. Santos played well down the stretch. But shout out to that Dayton fan base, man. They were super loud. Love that home court arena. Never been, but I assume it's great. So shout out to them.
Yeah, always a fantastic crowd there.